everyone, welcome back to RTS and welcome back to another start to finish video. And today we are going to keep on playing with our Krunch kit and absolutely have fun playing with these colors. Yes, now I have my photo picked out, and this photo happened because when my little one was home for Christmas break, we were going through some photos and I saw this, we were talking about this, and so I thought, oh yes, this has to go in Krunch. And of course it reminded me of the colors that is exactly in this Krunch that had to do with this photo play Wild Love starting piece. Okay, and so I will have a video link below in our Krunch playlist, and so you can absolutely look how we created this kit, and we've already been playing with it. So of course I am absolutely going to use the inspiration sheet of this photo play, and I am certainly going to make a scene out of some of these critters because these photos are 20 years old, and it's just, you know, she was little. She wasn't even, yeah, she was 2 years old. So I'm definitely going to play with this sticker sheet, and then I'm just going to use papers to support that. And I haven't thought of a title yet. Maybe I'll use one of these. I like this Wild Love. Yes, I don't know. I may use that. And then I have an inspiration piece that came from Scrapbooking Cards Today, Fall 2017, and it's this layout right here by Stephanie. I'm going to spell her last name, B-U-I-C-E. And this was on page 66. I'll have the link below for this online magazine. And I go through the magazine, and it's free. Oh, you just can't beat that. And then what I do is any layouts that inspire me, I print them out. Now, I do want to give you a tip when you are printing out anything from an online, a digital magazine, things like that. You see how this says number 66, but that will not be the page number you need when you print that out. Sometimes it's always a few numbers off due to the table of contents in the beginning of the magazine. So this actually may have been 68 number, the page number when I went to print out. So pay attention to that when you're printing resources from an online magazine. Okay, so I'm going to use this. I mean, there is a lot of pattern paper in here, but I have a lot of pattern paper to play with. Now, I do not have strips that it shows, and this was an illustrated faith line. Very, very pretty. Yes, very pretty. Did they even mention it? No, they just say pattern paper. But no, that's Bella Boulevard. Okay, so anyways, I don't have strips of paper, but what I could do is that I have washi that I pulled out for this kit, and so I may play with that. Okay, so I have all these washis. Oh, that would be cute. Cute colors. And so some of this has to do with, you know, Valentine's, but, you know, anytime when you're talking with love, hugs, and kisses, you can do that all year long. So I think I may use some washi for some of my border, for these border strips here, okay? Or maybe just cut up some pattern paper. Lord knows I have a lot of it. And I love this right here. For this trimming, I could use that in place of one of the border strips that they show. And let's see what else. They have a lot of layering, and so then I have this whole bowl of stuff, and this is stuff that I haven't played with yet. So whenever I'm working with a kit, whatever I use for one layout, I try to go and pull out other supplies from the kit that I didn't use. And so this is, I mean, because I had a nice assortment. So I have these enamel dots and these doilies and these little tassel hearts. Oh, that would be fun. Yes, that would be fun. And I have these. Now, these are more whimsical, but maybe I could get a couple on there. So I'm going to definitely play with supplies that I didn't play in my last start to finish video. And then of course I still have this punch I could play with. Now I have two photos here, and you can see in my layout that they only have one. And what am I going to do? And I was sitting here thinking about this, and because this is such a special photo, of course, you know, any photo is special, but you know, when your little ones get bigger and bigger and bigger, when they were little, those photos mean a lot. I'm only going to use one because I'm sure I could tell another story down the road, so I'm only going to use one. And this was pre-digital days, so it's kind of hard to get these copies again. But another tip is when you have a photo and you only have one, don't forget that you can snap a photo with your iPhone, and sometimes the quality that you get from an iPhone photo is better than the actual original. So don't forget that. I may absolutely do that and send it to my little one and say, remember this, because oh, this was a fun game we played. And so I'm anxious to come up with a title, and I recently talked about in our Spending Freeze freebie that there is a resource called theperfecttitle.com, and so I may go there and see if I can find a title that has to do with this and a game we played every single time we made the bed. It's just fun. Just fun days. Yes. Oh, you miss when your little ones were little. Oh, yeah. Can I get an amen? Absolutely. Okay, so come back. I'm going to play with all these goodies. I'm going to put on a video by Dolly or Becky or Tina or Daisy, any of those gals, and see what they're up to today. And yes, have some fun. So come back, and maybe I will have a wild love start to finish video done. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm back with my finished page, and it went together so quick because I used that photo play sticker sheet for just about everything. So we'll talk about that. But if you look at this inspiration or the sketch that I used here by Stephanie from the Scrapbooking cards today, you'll see that I absolutely rotated this layout that she did because I wanted to build a scene, and this right up here was the perfect place to do it. And so that's what I did. But that was my starting point, and then I didn't even look at it. Once I rotated my sketch, I knew where my photo was going to go. I know where I wanted to build a scene, and I played and played with this photo play Wild Love sticker sheet. I mean, look how many I used. It was so fun because it talks about when my little one, every time we would make the bed, and you know how you take the sheets and you throw them up in the air, she would do a baseball dive right into the bed, and it just never failed every single morning. And then when she was home for Christmas break, she did it again. So I had to laugh, and so I put that in my journaling because some things never change. Here you are still doing this 20 years later, so it was fun. And then, of course, for my title, I really could not come up with a title. I even went on theperfecttitle.com, still could not find one, so I just used the one that said Wild Love because it absolutely matched this little jumper that she had on, and just played with the TPs, you know, had to do a sleep, and the little critters, and of course used that banner, and just layering of some stickers and enamel dots and brads and enamel hearts, and even got some of this crocheted lace in. I put it right there. Very, very fun because of the texture, because I was talking about, you know, when we were changing, or, you know, changing the sheets and making the bed, all that good stuff. And then here down at the bottom, I took some of this leftover Paper House paper, and I took my edge punch, and it says X's and O's. And you can't see it unless if you're in person, but it absolutely matches the image of this wood grain paper, and I just followed it along, and so you can just barely see it, but it stands out. Very pretty how that turned out. I could have layered that, but I had so much going on up here, I didn't want a lot down here, and that's why I kept it simple. And of course, when I printed my journaling, I did it in the landscape format, so then it gave me more than this 8.5 by 11. I got to extend it out a little bit more. And when I have longer journaling, that's what I'll do. I'll change the format of my paper orientation in my Microsoft Word. And so I just put it in landscape, and that's how I got those 3 lines. And of course, this photo says it's in 1999. Hard to believe that was 20 years ago. Wow. And so I put photo August 1999 and journaling February 2019. And I had talked about that in one of our layout lunch dates, and I will have that listed below, how you can take a photo that is from 20 years ago and connect it with what you're talking about today. So again, I'll have that listed below. Now with the colors, you can definitely see that I had the turquoise and the pink and the navy blue. And I added in, of course, some elements of black and white. And then also I wanted a little pop of something because everything kind of felt like it was just tying in. So I simply took 3 pieces of wood veneer, of course makes a visual triangle. I just wanted something to break up all that color, so that gave me a little bit of a neutral feel. And again, I just pulled some things from my wood veneer little drawers, and it was good because I struggle using speech bubbles. So again, more playful. Of course, it says play. How fun is that? I even got a couple journaling cards on there. Love how that turned out. So again, a quick page because I absolutely used the inspiration for my Kit Krunch as the inspiration for the title and the elements, and just little bits and bobs of fun. And also too, you'll notice in these stickers where they have arrows, a lot of times what I'll do is I will just cut them in half or rip them in half, and then I will use them as little pieces, and you'll see in the close-ups where I use that just as a little element, using that one sticker just cut in half. I do that all the time. And so that is how simple this page came. So fun to do this. I'm so glad that journaling's on here. And again, I just took a leftover photo because I know this is in my 1999 album somewhere, and just connected it with what that she absolutely does the same thing. She does that baseball dive into the bed every time we do those sheets and make the beds. It's just so fun. So that is what I have today for this Kit Krunch, this start to finish. Now, you know that means come back next week and we're going to do something with our Kit Krunch. And what would that be? Kit Flip. Yes, I'm absolutely excited to see, because I have no idea what's on the back of these papers. So come back next week for Kit Krunch, and that's what we will definitely get into. And so come back to RTS, because you never know what we're going to learn. Bye.